What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Reactivate the Moment. Do me a favor. I need everybody to do me a favor. Do me a favor and like, comment, and share this broadcast. Like, comment, and share this broadcast. Let everybody know what goes down right here each and every Monday at 12 noon for your midday motivation, aka your lunch break motivation. Reactivate the Moment. I'm Marcus Ford, and I'm here to help you reactivate your moment and to help you push you through the rest of your day so they can not only be the best part of your day, but it can be the day that the Lord has made. And you're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, we have a good one for you today. Once again, do me a favor. If you are just now joining on, do me a favor, like, comment, and share the broadcast. Like, comment, and share the broadcast. Today, I want to talk about what it means when you overfeed doubt. What it means when you overfeed doubt. A lot of us get into a place in our lives where we think that we're living in a life of fear. We're living in moments of fear, or that we're lacking strength. But I'm here to let you know that you are not lacking strength. You're just simply overfeeding your doubt. You're not lacking strength. You're simply overfeeding your doubt. The strength you need, may not already be within you, right? Strength you need may not already be within you, but every day you give more attention to your fears than your faith. Every day, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me clearly. Every day you give more attention to your fears than your faith. But every day you give not only that, but you give more energy to your limitations than you give more energy to your limitations than your focus, or the things that you know that things that you think could go wrong can go wrong. The things that you try to act like that it's okay. The times where you try to act like things are all right. The times where you try to act like things are going great for you, and it seems like things that could go wrong can go wrong. But we have to understand that anytime that we get into a place where things don't go right, anytime we get to a place where it feels like we're feeding our limitations, anytime we get to a place where where we're pushing more of the negative than the positive, we got to realize that doubt grows where it's fed. Whenever you doubt, it grows where it's fed. Whatever it is that you're doubting, whatever it is that you're fearing, anything that you put into, it grows. It grows. But confidence grows where it's exercised. Doubt may grow where it's fed, but confidence grows where it's exercised. The issue isn't always that you're weak. The issue isn't always that you're weak. Sometimes you simply spend too much time listening to the wrong voice. I'll say it again. The issue isn't always that you're weak. It's just that sometimes you spend a little too much time listening to the wrong voice. But today, we're going to break that down. We're going to break that down today. Here it is. What you have to understand is that whatever you feed will grow. Whatever you feed will grow, just like a human, just like a pet, just like anything that we feed, it has to grow. If you feed fear, then guess what? Fear expands. If you feed your fear, the fear will expand. If you feed your doubt, then guess what? The doubt can multiply. Whatever you feed, it grows. Not only that, but when you feed confidence, here it is. When you feed confidence, then guess what? Confidence has to strengthen. When you feed fear, it grows. When you feed doubt, it grows. But when you feed your confidence, it has to strengthen. You have to strengthen your confidence. You have to feed your confidence to the point where you get to a place where you feel the strength of your confidence. You feel the strength of your confidence. But we got to realize that your mind grows in the direction of your attention. Your mind grows in the direction of your attention. Whatever you are drawing attention to, whatever you're drawing attention of, that's where your mind expands to. That's where your mind grows to. That's where your mind gravitates to. It gravitates to what you are spending time and what you are spending your attention to, or putting your attention to. If you want your faith to grow, put the attention on your faith. If you want your business to grow, put the attention on your business. If you want your intellect, if you want to be smarter, more intelligent, put your attention into your intellect. Feed your faith, feed your positivity. Don't feed doubt. Don't feed negativity. Don't feed fear. Don't do that. Because what doubt does, doubt is a demanding and has a demanding appetite. I'm telling you, doubt has this type of thing. Doubt stays hungry. Doubt stays hungry. And what we do is we tend to feed our doubt with such questions and such comments like, what if I fail? When you say questions and when you ask questions like that, you feed the doubt. What if I fail? Or when you say things like, what if I'm not enough? Look, listen, that's a lot of us. A lot of us have been there. A lot of us have been to a place where we didn't feel like we were enough. A lot of us been in places where we didn't feel like we were adequate. We felt inadequate. We felt like failures. We felt like giving up. We felt like throwing in the towel. We felt like that. Have any of you asked yourself the question, what if it doesn't work? What if all the time that I put into this project, all the time that I put into this business, all the time that I put into my marriage, all the time that I put into my relationship, all the time that I put into my children, put into my friends, what if it don't work? What if my time wasn't well spent? What if my time was a waste? You ever felt like you wasted your time on some things? You ever felt like you wasted your time on some people and it felt like a waste? It felt like we weren't doing enough. It felt like we weren't putting in enough. But the more you entertain those thoughts, guess what? The more convincing they'll become. The more you entertain the thoughts of what if I fail, the more you entertain the thoughts of what if I'm not good enough, the more you entertain the thoughts of what if I haven't put in enough, the more the more you fail, the more they become, the more convincing they can become. You end up convincing yourself that you're a failure. You end up convincing yourself that you're not good enough. You end up convincing yourself that you're not adequate because you keep feeding what it is that you're thinking. You keep feeding your thoughts. You keep feeding it. But here it is. What you got to realize is that the more we feed it, the more we give to it, the more we give into it, the more we give into the doubt, that's when it becomes the most powerful. Doubt becomes the most powerful when it becomes repetitive. That's where you put the power. You give your doubt power when you repeat those things of failure, when you repeat those things of inadequacy, when you repeat those things of mediocrity. Whatever you repeat, that's what you give the power to. So if you want to give your faith power, repeat faith. If you want to give knowledge power, be repetitive in seeking knowledge. If you want to give your prayer life power, be repetitive in praying. Whatever you put your power into, whatever you put your mindset to, it becomes repetitive. Here's how we know. Here's how we know. I know you're thinking, how can I figure that part out? Why is it that it's repetitive? How do I know that I'm putting more into my doubt than anything else? Because all you got to do is look at the evidence. There's evidence, man. Because you survived. Here it is. You survived difficult seasons before. There's the evidence. You survived difficult seasons before. Not only that, but you've overcome a lot of obstacles, man. Think about it. Think about all the things that you overcome. Think about the difficult seasons that you've had. Think about the obstacles that you overcome. Think about it. Think about those times when you thought you weren't going to make it and you made it out anyway. Think about those times when you didn't think you had enough money to pay a bill, but the bill got paid. Think about those times when you thought you were a failure to your children, but your children turned out to be successful. Think about those times when you didn't think you were doing good on your job, but here it is, you end up getting an email or a letter of promotion. Think about those times when you didn't think that you were successful in your relationship and you thought that you were the reason why that your marriage failed, or you were the reason why that your relationship failed. But here it is, you're still walking around, even though you may be single, even though you may not have anybody, you're still walking around with your head held high and your chest poked out in confidence. Why? Because you overcame it. You didn't even realize that you handled challenges once. That you handled challenges once that you thought once would break you. You handled them. You thought those challenges broke you. You thought those challenges meant you harm. You thought those challenges devastated you. Not only devastated you now, but you thought it was going to devastate your future. You thought your past came back into your current situation, and you thought that your past has come here to break you, come here to make you be less than or make you feel less than. But guess what? You overcame that too. Everybody that was talking bad behind your back, everybody that was turning thumbs down on you, everybody who thought that you weren't going to be successful, everybody who thought that you weren't going to make it out. Guess what? You not only challenged them, but you changed the narrative of what they put before you, and you overcame it. You overcame it. You have the evidence. Well, we got to realize that the evidence that we have, it supports the strength more than your fear. When you look at the evidence, check this out, y'all. When you look at the evidence of what you've been through, right? When you look at the evidence, when you look back over the things that happened in your life, when you look back on how you overcame certain things in your life, when you look back and see how things have become great, how was once your mess end up becoming miracles, and how your past end up propelling you to your, when you look back over those things, that's the evidence. That is the proof. That is the proof that you've been given, that you've been strengthened more than you've been living in fear. You thought you were living in fear. You thought you were fearful. You thought that what you've been through was here to scare you, but it propelled you. It strengthened you. Why? Because it made you stronger than you ever were before. It allowed you to push through everything that you're going through now. It allowed you to go over everything that's in front of you. It allowed you to go around. It allowed you to destroy the negative that was in front of you. Why? Because it gave you strength, not fear. You thought that this thing gave you fear, but it gave you strength because the evidence shows it. Your history is the proof. It's the proof that you're stronger than your doubt wants you to believe. Check the history. Check the record books. It's the proof. You have proof. However, think about how old you are. However old you are right now. Think about all the things that you've come through up until this point today. You can check the records. And the records show that everything you've been through, it makes you stronger than your doubt wants you to believe. Your doubt wants you to believe that you're not going to make it. Your doubt wants you to believe that you're not going to succeed. Your doubt wants you to believe that you're going to be a failure. Your doubt wants you to believe that you won't go further in life. Your doubt wants you to believe that you will stay stuck where you are. But the past and your record books show that strength, that strength is making you better than you ever were. That strength is making you stronger than you ever were. Why? Because what strength does, strength grows through the use. Strength grows through use, meaning you got to use your strength. You got to use it. You can't listen. You can't just be sitting there and just being stagnant with your strength. You got to use your strength. Meaning, in order for you, put it like this: whenever you go to the weight room, whenever you go to work out, and you try to get stronger, the only way for you to get stronger is if you be consistent with going to the weight room and you continue to lift, you continue to do push-ups and sit-ups and everything like that. You continue to do it, and your strength grows, and you begin to see yourself adding more weight because you're getting stronger. You're saying the weight that I have on here now isn't good enough for me because I've gotten a lot stronger than I used to be. I remember I couldn't carry certain things, but now I'm able to carry more than I ever could. Why? Because I'm allowing my strength to grow. Why? Because I'm using my strength. I'm using my God-given strength. I'm using what God gave me, and I'm allowing my strength to grow. Not only is my strength growing physically, my strength is growing mentally, my strength is growing spiritually, my strength is growing emotionally. The things I couldn't handle before, I can handle now. Why? Because my strength is growing. The mentality that I couldn't handle before, I can handle it now because my strength has grown. My heart couldn't handle certain things before, but now I've been through so much, and I've allowed my strength to take over that my heart can handle anything that comes my way. Why? Because I've allowed my strength to grow, because I'm using my strength for the greater good. I'm using my strength to make me better. I'm using my strength. You are using your strength to make you better. You're using your strength to make you wiser. You're using your strength to push you past any of your limits. But what we got to realize, that while we're walking in strength, we got to walk in confidence as well. And confidence isn't something that you wait for. You don't wait for confidence. Confidence, you don't wait for confidence. Confidence, you can't wait for it. You got to walk in it. You got to live it. You got to propel in it. You got to be motivated by it. Confidence is something that you don't wait for. You got to already have it. I like Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders has always been one of my favorite players, and the way he walks, and he's taught his children to walk in the same thing, walk in confidence. The difference between confidence and arrogance, you got to walk in confidence. You got to walk in confidence. Don't wait for it. Walk in it. Not only do you walk in confidence, you got to walk in courage too. You got to say, you got to be fearless. Because guess what? Courage, it isn't something that it's something that you find. You got to have it. You don't find courage. You got to have it. Because what courage does, courage is the catalyst for your strength. Because when you have the courage, you have the mindset to say, I can do and conquer anything. I can conquer anything. I can do anything. I can complete any task. I can overcome any obstacle. I can not walk in fear. I can walk in my faith. I don't have to allow anybody to dictate my destiny. Why? Because I have the courage to dictate my own. Because when you have confidence, when you have courage, guess what? It allows your strength to be developed through your actions. It allows your strength to be developed through your actions. Because you're walking in confidence, because you're walking in courage, now you're able to say that my strength is being developed through my confidence, through my action, through who I am, through who I know that I am, through who I know that I'll be, because I'm walking in it. I'm walking in it. And every single step forward reinforces your ability. Every single step forward reinforces your ability to be great. It reinforces your ability to live in excellence. It reinforces your ability to go beyond what you thought you could. No matter how small or how short the step may be, all you got to do is take a step. Take the step forward. When you take a step back, you're allowing your doubt to creep back in. But when you take step forward, you allow the strength that you have within you. You allow the confidence that's within you. You allow the courage that's within you to give you the ability to push past everything you thought was meant to block you. Everything you thought was meant to block you, you keep walking forward. Because you don't discover your true strength while you're standing still, while you're sitting still, rather. You don't discover your true strength while you're sitting still. You discover your true strength while you're moving. You can't discover your true strength. I'm having tongue twisters. Sitting still. You discover it while you're moving. So keep on moving. Keep on walking. Don't sit still. Don't allow doubt to catch up. Don't allow fear to catch up. Don't allow anxiety to catch up. Don't allow depression to catch up. Keep walking. And while you're walking, remember this. Here it is. While you're walking, remember that while you're walking, to change what you're feeding. Change what you're feeding. While you're walking, change what you're feeding. Ask yourself questions like this. What thoughts am I refreshing daily? Ask yourself, what thoughts am I refreshing daily? Am I refreshing thoughts of fear? Am I refreshing thoughts of faith? Because guess what? The thoughts that you have and the thoughts that you refresh, that's what you feed. Whatever thoughts that you allow to creep and regurgitate in your mind, that's what you feed. Ask yourself this. What voices am I listening to? Am I listening to voices of doubt? Am I listening to voices of positivity? Am I listening to voices of possibilities? Or am I listening to voices of non-possibilities? Am I listening to voices of confidence? Or am I listening to voices of arrogance? Am I listening to voices of fear? Or am I listening to voices that will propel me to my future? What voices are you listening to? Or think about it like this. What beliefs are you enforcing? Ask yourself, what beliefs am I enforcing? Am I enforcing my belief of faith? Am I enforcing my belief in myself? Am I enforcing my belief of my plan? Am I enforcing my belief in God? What belief system are you reinforcing? You got to think about these things. And when you think about it, and when you have those things in your head, you got to replace certain things. You got to replace the doubt in your life with possibilities. Replace the doubt with possibilities. Don't say that you can't when you know you have the possibility to do so. Replace the fear with action. Don't allow fear to hold you back. Don't allow fear of failure or fear of frustration, fear of fatigue, whatever type of fear. But there are different types of fear. We can talk about that later. There are different types of fear. But replace your fear with action. Keep moving, keep pressing, keep going. Replace the excuses with responsibility. We need to take responsibility over some things. If we miss the mark, take responsibility of it, or for it rather. If we didn't complete a task, take responsibility for it. Because it not only does excuses, you need to replace excuses with responsibility, but replace excuses with accountability. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable for the things you didn't do. Hold yourself accountable for the things that you didn't complete. Hold yourself accountable. Show accountability and responsibility. Because we need to get to a place, y'all, where we starve your doubts and strengthen our decisions. We need to get to a place where we starve our doubts and strengthen our decisions. Because what we don't want to do, we don't want to get to a place where we feed our doubt. Because guess what? Doubt stays hungry. Doubt stays hungry, man. Doubt is the type of thing or entity in our lives that constantly wants to be fed. It constantly wants to be fed. People want you to constantly doubt yourself. They want you to be fearful of certain things. They want you to fail at certain things. They want you to fail at certain objectives. Some people don't want you to reach your goals. You may have people around you right now. You may have people that's trying to creep back in your path from your past right now that want you to fail because they see you're at a vulnerable moment in your life. And our problem is that when we get to these vulnerable moments, we have these moments of vulnerability. We tend to think certain things of doubt. We tend to think certain things of fear because we're at a weakened state. And the reason why we're at a weakened state because we've been feeding our doubt too long. Think about it like this. Have you ever been hungry? I mean, physically, you ever been hungry? What happens to you when you don't eat? You become weak. You become weak. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to go anywhere. You want to lay in the bed. And sometimes we take a little further. Let's get a little deep with it. Sometimes you get sick. When you don't eat, when you lack sustenance, when you lack the proper nutrients for you to grow, for you to strengthen your bones, for you to strengthen your muscles, for you to strengthen your mind, when you lack certain things, that's what you become weakened. And guess what thing? Oh, here it is, y'all. Thank you, Lord. What happens is when you become weakened, you tend to grab or gravitate to the first thing that feeds you. No matter if it's leftovers, no matter if it's something old, no matter if it's something new, whatever you can get your hands on, you start to feed yourself, thinking that it's meant to strengthen you. When all it's doing is just replacing some things that you lost. And the things we don't realize is that the reason why we've lost certain things is because we've starved ourselves of strength. We've starved ourselves of motivation. We've starved ourselves of faith. Those are some of the things that causes you not only to grow, but it causes you to gain the things that you need to get to your future. So instead of starving yourself of the things you need, start starving yourself of the things that's detrimental to your life. That's why they tell us when you go on a diet to stop eating certain things like sugars and carbs and things like that, and breads, and they have certain replacements. You can't eat this type of rice, you got to eat that type of rice. You can't eat this type of noodle, eat that type of noodle. You can't eat this type of bread, you got to eat that type of bread. You can't drink this because they have too much sugar. That's the purpose. They have all those ingredients and the breakdown of things on the back of it to let you know what you're feeding your body. It's funny because if you think about it now, when you go to the fast food restaurant or any restaurant, rather, 9 times out of 10, they'll have the amount of calories that's in that meal, because a lot of people are watching their weight. Before, you didn't even worry about that. We can go to McDonald's, all kind of nuggets and burgers and fries, and didn't worry about a thing. But now, just about every meal you go, whether it's fast food or sit-in restaurant, they have the calories in that meal to let you know what you're consuming. What we have to do is, y'all, we have to, the same way we watch our calories for physically, we have to watch our calories and our emotions. We have to watch the intake that we have emotionally. Watch what you intake in your mind. Watch the things that you read. Watch the things that you say. Watch your intake, what you hear, what you listen to, and who you're listening to. Watch what you allow your heart to take. A lot of us can't take certain things. We can't take heartbreak, but we need to get a place where we watch what we allow our heart to take. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to get to a place where you lack strength and overfeed doubt. You want to get to a place where you starve your doubt and you overfeed strength. Because what strength is going to do, strength is going to give you the gumption, it's going to give you the gall, it's going to give you the wherewithal, it's going to give you what you need to keep pushing past your pain, to keep pushing past your hurt, to keep pushing past your heartache. Because once you have the strength, you have the confidence. Once you have the strength and the confidence, you have the courage. And once you have that courage, you become unstoppable. Listen, that is our time for today. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking and sharing the broadcast. Thank you for all of the things. Listen, do me a favor. If you're just tuning in, do me a favor and like, comment, and share this broadcast. Like, comment, and share this broadcast. If you have not done so already, do me a favor and follow me on YouTube at Reactivate the Moment. You can follow me right here on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow my page, Marcus Ford, on Facebook, and Reactivate the Moment on Facebook and Instagram, both on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can follow me personally on Instagram at mford23, M as in Marcus, Ford, then the number 2 and the number 3. You can follow me on all those social media platforms. Also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you like to talk about, any prayer requests, or if you want to just speak to me one-on-one, you can DM me, or you can send me an email at reactivatethemoment@gmail.com. That's reactivatethemoment@gmail.com. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for rocking with me. And I hope you join me next week. Same time, same channel, right here at Reactivate the Moment TV at 12 noon. And my prayer is that the rest of your day is the best part of your day. Thank you for joining me for your midday motivation. My name is Marcus Ford, and I'm signing off, and I can't wait to see you next week. Have a blessed week, everybody. Peace.